the flat daddy, it's taken for a lot of things. It's taken for a daddy long legs, it's taken for a fry, believe it or not, and it's also taken for a shrimp. I've fished this on a floater or a slow sink line. Very easy to tie, so let's go ahead and tie it. So in the vise I prefer a barbless hook for this. A lot of the barbed hooks that you'd use for this fly, they're either too heavy or too light. So this one, which is a Partridge SLD2, size 10, is perfect for it. And I start off with a orange thread, and I'll take thread wraps all the way down the hook shank, just stopping just at the bend there. And this is a high density craft foam tan. You see that there? And what I do is, I've got it like 1/4 inch thick. Any thicker and it just looks wrong. Any thinner it doesn't float the fly. And just take a couple of wraps around the foam to secure it. And then what to do to make sure that it locks in place, come behind that bit coming over the tail and then around the wrap, behind, around the wrap, behind, around the wrap, and that keeps it all in place. I then come in with the scissors and cut this not to a point but to an angle, which I'll show you on that fly. You can see there, to that angle. So that's all I've done there. And then I come in with this stuff, which is awesome, Stickle Dub, natural grey. It's just really buggy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a dubbing rope. Nice even dubbing rope. But yeah, this time of year, so through the autumn, on into the winter, this fly fished in a floater takes some beating. I often have some nymphs up the line behind it, but on the point, I'll fish this one on the point, I'll fish it on its own. So come up and cover your tying thread, get enough on there. Leave a little bit of space at the head. Give yourself a little bit of space to work with. Now you can, if you want, dub all that out, but it's pretty buggy. You don't really need to. And then some knotted pheasant tail fibres. Just grab a bunch. You can turn the hook around, however, I can kind of do this from our side. Just catch it in with a pinch and loop, and make sure that you pull the fibres down below the hook shank so that they're all facing back, like so. They're all swept back. In with your scissors, and then just a couple of tidying up wraps here. And I've got a little hen hackle. I prefer hen because it's got more movement. Just natural colour. And then just strip some of the flu away. Catch them in. Again, just a couple of wraps. Bring the thread to the front, park it. In with your scissors and trim that away. And now in with your hackle pliers. And just pull some of the fibres back as you go, winding and pulling back, winding and pulling back like so. Now obviously you can pick the hackle size to suit the fly. I quite like a big hackle. Gives it that more buggy appeal. Just lost my hackle pliers there. So just secure in. That should just pull away, he says. Nope, and with the scissors. And snip that as close as I dare. And then just tidy up. Again, pull the fibres back. Put everything, make sure everything's out of the way. I've got one straggle end here. Pull everything back and make sure the fibres are sweeping back along the fly. Like so. So there you've got it there. Now, split the hackle, bring the foam up, and then pinch the foam. Take one wrap so you can see where the thread is, and then another couple just to lock it. like that. Now the best thing to do is, I've tried this with a knife, but it's actually better with the scissors. Just come in and trim around that area as close as you dare. It doesn't look great because you're dealing with craft foam, however we're going to create a bulbous head anyway. It's one of the key triggers on the fly. You've probably seen it in the original. It's got a big head, and that's a floss, and that really sort of sticks out. I just prefer that bright red floss head to anything else. Take my hook finishing tool here. Just come in, hook finish. And with the scissors. Well, here we've got a Glow Bright number 3. This is my favourite colour to use in this. And if you just spin the bobbin, what it does is it makes the floss an awful lot tighter, so it's a lot thinner. And then just come up for the eye, working back, just making sure that you're covering everything really. And I just tied it up. Again, I quite like to spin the bobbin and then come up. Don't worry about the head size, it's supposed to be big, otherwise I'd have just used thread. But I want that Glow Bright number 3, and I want the head to be pronounced, because that's one of the triggers on the fly, you know. That's him. And then just a varnish to finish it off. Give that a good coating. Let it get down, sinking into the floss there. And then with a little bit of wire just through the eye to clean any varnish up, so it's not blocking the eye. And that's it, the flat daddy. Just an awesome fly to fish this time of year. Try it, you'll enjoy it, and it'll bring you a lot of success hopefully.